What is going on, fellow fans of Clash of Clans? Thank you guys for stopping by. Yes, today we're talking about my base and the fact that I copied it from one of the top players in the world. Now, yes, we are the top clan in the world, but I'm personally not known for base designs, and I went out hunting for some base designs. Now, usually the top players put out like decoy bases like you saw there. Every now and then, the top players have, I don't know if that's for real or not. It's so strange looking. It may be a decoy base. In any case, this bracket base right here, I copied from a player in the Chinese clan, and yep, hashtag dirty baby dragon spam, and then that's supposed to be a little arrow pointing down if you see that on the right. It's not a sword, but anyway. So yeah, I copied this base from a top player who was obviously battling at the time, and these are the traps and the mines, the Tesla. Those are obviously things you can't see when you look at an outside player's base, but I figured based upon how I normally attack this base, which is from the right-hand side and the top with barbarians, that's why I placed the bombs and the traps there. And sure enough, yes, players are attacking me from the top right with ground forces, so I'm feeling pretty good about the way this base is laid out right now and where I put those bombs, as you see right there, the mine, and a spring trap blasting one of his giants off the base. Now, in the last 15 defenses, I have been 2-starred one time. 14 times the player got 0 or 1 stars against me, and yes, I will show that 2-star at the end of this video so you can see exactly how the player did it. But again, it's one of those things where the attack that the player used to 2-star me, not necessarily going to work all the time. It's kind of unreliable because it's got witches, and it's obviously not going to be the only attack strategy that's going to work against this base. And I'm also not claiming that I won every single time I got 1 starred. I have been known not to 2-star bases, but most of the time I'm grabbing the low 50, 53, 56% 2-star. So right here, we're just kind of running through the typical attack on my base. You'll notice that almost every time the players are going to come from the top right with ground troops. So this player here, he may be from the clan from which I copied the base, but watch the bombers on the top right-hand side. They're going to get that outside wall down, and then they're not going to do so well. So we got 2 of the 3 out of the way right there with the push traps, the spring traps, and the mines, and that really hampers the entry on this attack. Anytime you're going after this style base with this ground attack, you really want that entire right inner wall eliminated so that you can send in barbs and your battle machine across a wide path, not all through one little funnel right there. And this works out really well for me. Also, the guard hut units being on the far side of the builder hall, often causing problems like you saw right there, that little barbarian feeling pretty good about himself, helping to eliminate the battle machine. And now this player goes into safety mode, just trying to grab as many percentage points as possible. But it's not really going to happen. This was indeed a victory for me, as I was able to get a better percentage. One last bomber. Looks like maybe he was saving that bomber for the bottom left, and it just isn't going to work out. Again, strange archer pathing right there. They go for the cannon. I don't know how that happens. That's for another episode, though. Okay, so 33%, no stars. Moving on to another attack. This one, again, you've got a player that's going to use ground forces, 3 camps of barbs, 1 camp of bombers, and that's exactly the way this base is set up to defend. I am expecting it. So really the vulnerability to this base is air, because not a single one of my mines, last time I checked, as I recall anyway, is set to air. They're all on the right-hand side. They're all preparing for this exact attack style, trying to take out as many barbs and bombers as they come in on the right-hand side as possible. So watch between the barbarian head and the wall right here. First bomber gets flung by a spring trap. Second bomber is going to get through that wall, but taken out by the archer towers. And then check this one out. So third bomber has a clear path to that innermost wall, right? Well, let's watch as the third bomber goes down, and before he gets a single shot off, right here, the bomber is going to suffer the giant mine fate. Any second now. Wait for it. It's going to happen. Here it comes. There he is. And there he goes. So, and then another bomber, and that bomber gets taken out by the Tesla, but finally gets the wall down. So eventually he does get in there, but he's used all 4 of his bombers, and that is exactly what we want to happen. We want to cost that attacker as many as possible. Right there, you saw at least 3 more barbarians get taken out by the inner giant mine, and now everybody's moving in, but the traps, the mines, the push traps, spring traps have all done their job, and we can back off and check out the rest of this attack. Just not go quite as well for this attacker as the battle machine is down. The double cannons in there, notice the way that they are set back 1 space from the builder hall. That is going to keep units from targeting those cannons early, helping the cannons finish the attack. And there you go, 24% no star. A little bit zoomed in, but you guys get the point that right there was where all the action happened. This guy never had a chance. Now this is the highest percentage damage that's been done on this base since I've put it into effect about 15 defenses ago. This guy is going to nearly 3-star me, but he's only going to 1-star me. So watch as it's kind of an unusual army setup. 2 camps of baby dragons, 2 camps of minions, and the delayed battle machine. So obviously the idea here is that this massive group of air units will take out a crusher and then allow the battle machine to go in on the left or the right after whichever side the crusher is down. At least that's what I was thinking. Then he drops in the battle machine from the opposite side, and it's going to path in behind here. I guess the idea is that it's going to get into the builder hall. But again, check out the funky AI. The battle machine doubles back and goes after the double cannon, taking so much damage on the way in that he never has a chance. And look, he almost gets the 2 stars with those last 2 meta minions right there. Beta minions, rather. Beta, not meta. Beta minions. And unbelievably, he gets just short of the 2-star. That actually, I give that guy credit for a solid attack. At least 95% of the hit points from that builder hall were gone. A barbarian fart would have knocked down that builder hall. That's right, hashtag barbarian fart. Anyway, let's move on to another fail against my base. We will eventually get to that 2-star. And, I mean, it's my base in and only that I'm running the base. Obviously, again, I do not claim design of this base. Whoever set this base up did a great job, and now I've exposed it, RIP. But, again, it's one of those things where I feel like battles are a little bit inconsistent with the builder hall, and I've seen 2 players run the same attack on the same base and have completely different outcomes. Again, it can come down to just a single tile, a single unit makes all the difference. Right here, the major problem, the battle machine pathed in and went, of course, straight to the crusher after those guard hut units. Had this attacker waited and opened up that corner wall to the core first, and then sent the battle machine in, you probably would have seen very different results. You want the battle machine, especially if he's using archers like this, he wants the battle machine to move into the core behind the builder hall and clear out a bunch of those defensive structures, and then he's going to send in those archers, and they would have had almost a completely clear path to the builder hall. You see that the battle machine likely would have gotten the air bombs out of the way, that archer tower out of the way, and right here, then your archers get in there and do the work, get the 2nd star, or at least the 1-star for the builder hall, and then hopefully grab those exterior structures for the 2nd star. Instead, this attacker is only just barely going to have enough archers to get the builder hall down, but he's nowhere near the 2nd star. So the builder hall is going to fall, but then he only has 3 archers left. You see the bomber at the bottom kind of opening up that area for the lower hit point structures to go down. A valiant effort, but he cannot salvage the damage to get that 2nd star, 36% 1-star, and this base holds up yet again. But like I said, it's not invincible, and here is the attack that did it. This is the 2-star, a little bit unusual, and again, the most inconsistent unit in the builder base right now has got to be the Night Witch. You could 3-star with her, or you can completely get shut down. This player came from the left-hand side. Normally you think trying to come from opposite the air bombs, maybe on the bottom left. This guy came from the top left, and in comes the battle machine. The witch is still doing a good job, and it really does come down to the witches surviving. And look at the way they've pathed. 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 down the middle, and the 2 that went down the middle managed to stay just behind the battle machine. This works out really well. the battle machine finally goes down. He is going to get the first star for damage and the second star with the last Witch's Bats just barely grabbing that builder hull. You can see how close it was right there, you guys. And that is a solid 2-star attack. Good enough for the win right there. But again, 1 out of 15 defenses that managed a 2-star on this base. So hey, sometimes you don't have to be original, you just need to copy somebody else's successful layout like I did there. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. Make sure you watch me live streaming on Mixer.com. I am learning PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and it is hilarious. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for being a member of the Gala fam, and please do come back again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, am I a member of the Gala fam?